Good morning from the Hyatt house. It's Monday morning and we have two major projects to work on this week. One, I think you can already hear, and that is sanding. We are sanding the ground floors. I started on that bright and early this morning. It's getting a little quieter. The other thing that we're gonna work on today is building our front porch steps. So that's what we're working on today, and who knows what else is gonna happen. So stay tuned. We have sanded one coat or one sanding of the wallpaper room. We've taken off the first layer in the wooden room. These floors are darker, but you remember this was a porch floor. So this isn't gonna be like a really quality hardwood floor, but I still think it's gonna be beautiful. These halls are looking great. We had a few places we had to patch in here. There was a floor receptacle of all things right there. And I have no idea when somebody put a floor receptacle in there, but we patched that with some wood we found outside because we keep all the old wood. And I think we're gonna go take a look upstairs. All right, we are on the second floor and it's a little dusty up here, but you can see this is our final 3 coats on the second bedroom. And you can't even hardly see that rug outline in this room. We had to do a new threshold here, or not a threshold, but a trim around the fireplace here because a piece was missing. That turned out great. Dusty in here. You can see all our footprints because we're sanding downstairs, but check out the main bedroom. Looks awesome. And the third floor. Gosh, the floors up here are just so pretty. Every time we do more work, every room gets better. But this one gets better too. I still think this is the best room in the house. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, December 20th. We are obviously at the Hyatt house. It is Christmas week. Who's pumped up for Christmas? But today is another milestone because 1 year ago today, we started working on the Hyatt house. A year ago this morning, Gio and Jesus and my guys and I met with Curtis, our structural engineer, before we took the first nail out of the wall and came up with a plan. So today is our 1 year anniversary at the Hyatt house. And once again, it's Christmas week and we are still working hard. So let's see what we did as a wrap up yesterday. They got, it looks like maybe even 2 sandings on the wooden room and the wallpaper room. The hall is looking great. They did some work on this threshold. Mrs. Hyatt's parlor is looking nice. And the front foyer. So they'll be back soon to keep sanding. We've had to look for some outdoor projects to do because we can't be in their way. So we still had some windows to paint outside, and hopefully if it warms up this morning, we can work on our front porch steps. We are up on the second floor and we've got a couple things going on. Downstairs, guys are sanding the floors again. All of these floors are completely cured upstairs. They're dusty, but we are covering them with a heavy duty brown paper. And then on the high traffic patterns, we're gonna put down moving blankets or quilts as well. Outside, we still had some windows that needed to be painted. So it's cold out there, but they're doing that. So that's what all we're doing this morning. These guys work so fast. You go to a meeting downtown, you come back, the floors are stained. So check out this wooden room. So pretty. These turned out better than I actually anticipated that they would. Wallpaper room, amazing. I mean, especially considering that these were just porch floors originally. And then looking down this hallway looks so pretty. So pretty. So it is really cold, and it's only going to get colder tonight. So we've got some propane heaters. We're going to run them for a little bit, keep it warmer, keep it as warm as we can. We'll see how these look tomorrow. Okay, it is Wednesday morning, and I have very carefully walked in here. We have one coat of stain on the whole ground floor. You can see it down the hall here in the foyer. Oh no, I'm making dusty footprints. Okay, we're gonna have to clean that up. Okay, dusty footprints all removed. So this was stained yesterday. We're gonna let it dry a little bit more because it's so doggone cold. But pretty soon, Victor will be back. He's gonna do another coat on the floors, I think, and then we'll start our clear coats. Meanwhile, the guys are upstairs hanging doors. Let's go up there and see what they're doing. We are on the second floor. We have completely covered all of these floors and the third floor in brown paper. And we've got moving blankets that we're using in high profile or high traffic areas. We are talking doors. All right, so this door was there. That was actually the door into this room, if you remember. This door was there once upon a time. And we found some of the trim still there. We put that door back so that you could get into this bedroom. That door actually came from the kitchen. So we've reframed this door and we're bringing this door up from the kitchen. This door right here came from Mrs. Hyatt's parlor, and it's going to become the bathroom door. So all of the doors in the house have this really pretty trim on one side, and then they're just plain on the other side. So now I like that. That's the way they were. We're not going to change it. But now we're going around and making sure that, like, all right, we've got two doors this close together. We want them to match. So we either want the trim both on this side or the trim on the inside. So this door, we're actually going to change the swing. We're going to just move the hinges from one side to the other so that these two doors match. They are going to be different in the main bedroom, but they're so far apart that it doesn't really matter that the trim is facing inside the bedroom, but also facing inside the bathroom on that door. So we're working on doors. I just went and picked up some more hinges. All of the hinges were mismatched. We found those special hinges. We're definitely putting those back where we found them, but we're going to do all new hinges in the rest of the house so that they work and that they're the right finish. Door days continue. So Victor comes he's like Batman. No one ever sees him. He just comes and works. So we have got a coat of polyurethane. Look at that shine. It's nice and wet, so we're not going to walk on it. So we can see it from here. And it looks really, really good. So good. Hi, everyone. Today is our last day working at the Hyatt house this week because it's Christmas week. This is our Christmas episode. And while we're on that subject, I recently learned that we have a viewer who I love, who I think you guys all love. So I want to give a shout out to Mrs. Claus. I went to see her and Santa last weekend, and she let me know that she's a viewer. So hi, Mrs. Claus. Thanks for watching. Maybe when things slow down a little bit, Santa can get caught up. I think he's probably been pretty busy. So today is kind of the same. The floors are drying. The guys are working. They're hanging doors upstairs. You're going to have to take my word for it because I'm not climbing a ladder and going on the roof to get to the second floor. I'm not going to break something this close to Christmas. So that's what we're working on. More doors, more floors. And we are getting ready Santa's coming soon. Hey, I also just thought about, I have mentioned this on my social media, but I haven't talked about it on YouTube, and that is this pretty little ornament. So every year, the Washington Area Historic Foundation does a historic property in town on a Christmas ornament. And this year, as you can tell, they did 3. So we've got the Marsh House, the Myers House, and the Hyatt House. So I'm super honored to see this on the ornament. There are a few left. So if you are local, head across the street to the estuarium or to the market downtown or to Little Shops. And if you're not local and you have to have one, act fast. There's not very many left. But if you call the North Carolina Estuarium, I bet you they will ship you one. So Merry Christmas, y'all. How fun is that? All right, we're not going to walk around because we're not going to mess them up. But here's looking in the front door. You can see, gosh, they're so pretty right here. Just the color variation is so subtle and so pretty. We get a lot of gold here. You can see down the hall looks great. You can peek into Mrs. Hyatt's parlor. They're just so pretty. So this is 1 coat of poly. You know, we got to do 2 more. So they'll come back this afternoon and buff, buff, buff. And then another coat, buff, another coat. First of next week, we should be able to walk in here. We'll cover this up, and then we are back in action. You can hear they're doing doors. I told you they're up there hanging doors. They are making notches for all of our hinges. Here just in time to see a second coat go down. So we'll watch how they do that. All right, folks, we are wrapping up. It is Thursday. It's Christmas week. We are calling it quits. We will be back next week. But by the time you see our next video, it'll be next year. So, Merry Christmas from me and everybody at the Hyatt House. And Happy New Year. And we'll see you soon.